All right. Good morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're sitting in the world. This is Puneet Aneja, and I'm with my Adobe brother. No wonder we are wearing the same T-shirt, and we're trying to make this world a little better place for people who are job aspirants. And let's see how it goes. And we're going to touch upon our topic today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Puneet, aka Rocket Singh. So I'll set the context. Why are we doing this? Is because both of us, in fact, many of the major people in the industry are receiving queries and referral information from to how to get into a good company or how to clear the interviewer and how to uh, get the right job as a next step, right? Many of us are actually stuck as well because of COVID, because of any XYZ reasons. So why we wanted to collaborate together and figure out what's the best way possible in which we can together help people around us in the community. And also we have been talking a lot on this on different platforms, especially on LinkedIn, and talking over the phone with a lot of people. Puneet, you have been already doing a great community work by going online into colleges as well as helping being a helping hand to a lot of folks that you have been talking to on LinkedIn and different other platforms. So yeah, some background on what you have been doing till now, and then we'll quickly jump on how we can help on this particular topic.
All right, that was quite a build-up. Thanks, Apoorv. So, see, one of the most beautiful questions that anybody would ask people in working in any specific organization: How did you find that job, or for that matter, how should I find, or how should you or your friend be able to find that job? So, we're gonna break this out in the two format: what is things to do and things not to do. Start with things to do. One of the basic recommendation I would have for anybody when I switched from Adobe around a year back was I shortlisted 10 companies essentially. And when I say 10 companies, those companies which are possibly hiring professional like me and having similar roles. I might want to work for a company, but if that doesn't have my kind of role, I might not able to be able. The second thing would be to really find an open role in that organization. And there are multiple ways to do that. We can go through LinkedIn, just find open roles if they have any similar role based on skills. And it's pretty easy. Maybe we'll cover that at a later point. That how do we find jobs on LinkedIn jobs. The second thing would be we can go to the company portal. Literally, all the big companies have their own job portal where you go on their website, you visit the career section, you're able to find the recent open opportunities. And I'm going about maybe Google, Microsoft, Adobe, and Mastercard, SAP, and all these companies of the world. So you'd be easily able to find it. Now, what you need to make sure when you're applying, how would we apply? We'll touch upon it later. But if we are applying, we need to tweak our CV because not essentially our role and the role that company is asking for is going to be 100% same. So when we tweak our CV, we give those keywords to the HR or the hiring manager to understand that we really understand what it means and how would it really make sense to anybody who is going to read my CV. And most important thing, stop random applying. I mean, we need to find a referral. And to find a referral, there are ways. We should be doing networking. We should be connecting with people who are in similar teams, similar organizations. If they find the open opportunity for you, they would be happy to refer you if it does not take a lot of brain space for them. What are your thoughts, Apoorv?
I think that's a very important point that you have made there, and a lot of us actually miss out on that, right? We try to reach out to people randomly, and we don't structure our area of work. What we do is at present we see a job and just we jump on it and we start applying for it without thinking that is it relevant for me, is it the right role set, is it the company that I want to go for as a next step, will it help in my long term career. So I think it's very important to think all those parameters and keep those in mind before taking any steps.
Great. I think that that's pretty valid, Apoorv, and we need to structure our approach towards finding jobs. Now, moving ahead on the similar theme, we would really want to talk about things not to do rather than just talking about things to do because we might know 100 methods, but not all of them would be correct. So essentially,
Right.
I would leave it to start with you, Apoorv. That what do you think? What are the things that a person should not be doing while applying jobs?
Right. So in my personal experience, I'll just all the things that we do or we talk today will be definitely in our own personal experiences and what we have seen in other communities as well, right? So I think what I used to do as well was sometime back, I'll say 2 3 years back, was I used to apply to random jobs. Things if I directly just say hi to somebody without adding a next contact, there'll be no response to it. And at the contrary, if I'll write a big email text like you also mentioned, or if I'll write a big text and just send it to them, then also I won't be get any kind of response, because nobody is going to spend time reading of what I'm saying without knowing me or without having a connect with me, right? So yeah, what do you think was the best way to approach?
Absolutely. The one thing that I totally relate to is when you receive a email or for that matter a LinkedIn invite, a connect request, and you'll receive a 30-line introduction. Hi, I am from this college. I've done this. I have got this percentage. This is my project, and this is what I intend to do. Nobody would have a patience to read that email on a chat pod. Trust me, I could never do that. May God forbid anybody sends it to me, which is even important to me. I would not be able to do it. And I totally agree to the fact that we cannot be applying random jobs because it's the kind of time that we are spending and the time investment that we're doing. If we apply a random job without checking the eligibility, without checking the fitment, we would never get shortlisted. And we'll feel disappointed and we'll then create a hue and cry that I apply, but I don't hear back. I've been doing this, but I'm not. So we really need to structure our methodologies to ensure that there is a high success rate, and that can only happen if there is an eligibility. And the most important part, do not reach out to anybody in the world saying, please get me any job in this company. I can understand the
Right.
excitement when we are on the part that we want to work for this great company. We've both been Adobe brothers, like I just mentioned in the earlier part also, that wearing red t-shirts. We, I mean, I started my career with Adobe. I did not go to them and just said that get me any job because I want to work for Adobe.
Correct.
I could only work for them only because I had some eligibility in one of the open roles. And for that matter, if I ask Apoorv, who works for Google, that Apoorv, why don't you get me a job in Google? I don't think he's gonna get that for me because if I do not have the eligibility, it's gonna be very tough for him to convince
Right.
his leaders, his stakeholders to really hire.
Right. So I think we have discussed what are things to do and things not to do. Very important. So what's your one major and very important tip that you want to give to the community?
See, one of the most major, or for that matter, most significant tip that I would want to give it to anybody. If you really want to get into a company, into a job, prepare, practice. Nobody can stop you to work in that organization. It might take a longer time, but it's the most sustainable and most dependable route to get into it. Do not think there is a shorter route. Do not think that there is a jugaad available. That's not going to be there. So if you prepare, if you find the right role, if you find the right person to refer you, you're going to be getting there, and maybe you're the next person with us in the video.
Awesome, awesome. So I think that's a very important point that you have made there. So on that note, we'll close for today. I hope this was helpful for you guys. And for any queries, feedback, do reach out to us. We'll share a link and then you can respond back to us as well. And thank you so much, Puneet, for taking time out and helping the community. So we'll
Thank
be
you.
in touch with you again for our
Cheers,
next
guys.
topic, and all the very best.